Hmm. Greetings, everybody. Greetings. Sanibonani, Dumelangi, Absheni, yeah. For all those, greetings to everybody. Love and light. Togozile. My name is Nene Nkosi. Isilubladla zesikanobamba, intombi yakwaNgwane. I'm joined here by Umkhulumenzi Usabambekile kancane. He's gonna come and read a bit later on. But angihambi ngedwa as usual. Kuno-Mogaile futhi la. Ngicela ubingelela abantu Khehla.
Thokozani makhosi amakhulu ogogo nomkhulu Mogaile lo. Sanamukela la ekhambeni lokulapha abantu. Yes.
So we are Ikhambi Natural Healing. So as per usual, la ekhaya siqala breathing meditations just to invite our ancestors, and we call those who are guiding us to come and sit with us in the space as we try and teach each other about amasiko etu and about how we can go back to the natural ways of doing things. So you can find your space, find a comfortable place where you can sit, or you can stand, or you can lie down. So what we usually do, we do a breathing meditation, and thereafter we do the pledge, just to remind ourselves of this is and we don't deviate from why we are here. So I would like you to close your eyes. If you can keep them open. If ufuna lapho, it's not a must. So you're going to take a deep breath in, hold it, just take in God's air, God's energy, let it flow through your body, and then release. Take another deep breath in. Invite all your ancestors, your guides, to come into the space and sit with you and guide your tongue and guide your listening ear and guide your eye. And release. We're going to take another last deep breath in. Soaking in all the positive energy. Let it flow through your body. Release, relax your shoulders. And release. Okay. And then we're going to recite the pledge. Just give me a second to put it up. Okay. So usually when we do the pledge, I would like everybody who's on the Zoom to unmute their mics, and then you recite after me. And this is the code of conduct for Ikhambi Natural Healing, just to remind ourselves and we don't deviate from the root cause of why we're here, and we respect each other and we treat each other with honor and dignity. Singabelapi, we are healers.
We are healers.
We owe our gifts to nature, our ancestors, and our creators.
We owe our gifts to nature, our ancestors, and our creators.
We live by the principles of Ma'at, Uno, and Ubuntu.
We live by the principles of Ma'at, Uno, Ubuntu.
We will approach each other with respect, honesty, and compassion.
We will approach
each other with respect,
honesty, and compassion.
We will offer our advice, recommendations, and ideas with trust.
We will offer
our advice,
recommendations,
and ideas for
trust.
We will neither insult, dishonor, nor abuse one another.
We will neither insult, dishonor,
nor abuse
one another.
We will share, practice, promote, and raise awareness about natural healing.
We will share, practice, promote, and raise awareness about natural healing.
Healthy lifestyles and well-being.
Healthy lifestyles
and well-being.
We will refrain from posting negative information.
We will refrain from negative information.
We will refrain from posting irrelevant information and falsehoods.
We will refrain from posting irrelevant information and falsehoods.
Singabelaphi, we are healers.
Singabelaphi, we are healers.
Our gifts are a gift to humanity and nature.
Our gifts
are a gift to humanity and nature.
We will give back to nature what it has abundantly given to us.
We will give back to nature what it has abundantly given to us.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Okay, Mogaile. Yes. So for the benefit of those who are not aware as well, we are also joined by Usiza Nkosi. She can unmute and greet the people as well. And I would also like to greet the people who join us on Facebook as well. We really appreciate you and holding the space with us. Usiza.
Greetings, everyone. Sanbona.
Mogaile. See, we are deep within the season of Djehuty.
Yes.
The one who keeps the knowledge. So when we thought about the theme for today, the first thing that came into my mind was he wrote himself into existence. And it kind of made me think about some of the things that we write into existence into our lives, you know, writing your own destiny. And we had a brief discussion on Kulumenzi a couple of weeks ago that your reach is limited by your thinking capacity. So if you are only thinking at this level, this is how much you're going to ask God and your ancestors. You're going to ask them at this level. And and then if you are dreaming at this level, that's what you're going to ask God. You're going to ask them at this level. How you view the world and your reach is limited by how your thinking capacity. So I just wanted to ask to unpack that, Uguti. How does the things that we manifest into existence actually affect our success, like writing ourselves into existence?
Togoza Koko, you know, let me greet the patrons. Ikhambi Natural Healing again. We welcome you to this sacred platform. It's a home, it's a space, you know, it's a it's many things. It can be many things. And I'm glad and I'm honored to be invited today to be with you. The deity we are honoring today, Djehuty, is big. He's as big as they come. So it's a big day, it's a big season. Djehuty we know as the royal scribe. He was the keeper of the knowledge, the scripts. He wrote the knowledge that we have. Like we said earlier, Coco, starting with himself. He wrote himself into existence. And you know, what you just mentioned now in terms of our visioning of things, you know, for example, the little scarf you have on now, Coco, if you did not have it, if you did not have an image of it in your head this morning when you woke up, or maybe when you had finished taking a bath or a shower, you wouldn't have found it. It's as basic as that. So the knowledge starts with knowing what we have or we need, and then going for it or asking for it and or creating it. So Djehuty is that principle. Understand him as a principle that assists us to know, to envision, and then to go for the target. If you don't know what you are looking for, if you don't have an image of it in the brain, you will not find it, so to speak, or you will not walk to it, because you don't know what it is or what it looks like. So Djehuty is a principle inside humans that communicates. It first is a home to the knowledge, and then communicates those things to the universe. And of prime importance is our destinies. Let us talk about our destinies. If I don't have my destiny in my vision, then there's no way I'll get to it, because I can't see it. I don't have an image of a place I'm going to. So if I'm leaving my house now and I'm going to the mall, I must have the image of the mall in my head, okay? If I want a car, say a Polo, I must have an image of a Polo in my head, and then I'll go to the shop and then I'll see a Polo, and then I'll buy the Polo or work for the Polo, or whichever way the transaction happens. So Djehuty is a principle in humans that assist us to know and then create the visions of the things that we can go after. And like the example I just gave now of the destiny. And it's not just around the destinies, Maketla. I want to also give you an example of the process we are experiencing now in the universe. There was a trend on Twitter the other day where people said, you know, there's so many healers today, you know, there are so many sangomas or you know, abelapi, amatwasa, izithunywa, and all of those things. And I thought, we are in the dark as humanity, all right? We are in the dark as in Djehuty also uses messengers to communicate the knowledge. And you would recall that as a region or a country, we were plunged into a dark age as a humanity by a law that was referred to as the Suppression of Witchcrafts Act, that said that we couldn't practice these things that people are seeing today. And these messengers that we see in abundance today are children of Djehuty. They are sent by Djehuty to come communicate the messages that he wants us to get. And I like Isinguni, the language. We call them in another format Izithunywa. Izithunywa are those that are sent. Sent to do what? Sent to communicate the message. Kara, Kamvelingani, the creator. There is a need for the information to flow As such, we need conduits. We need channels through which the message, the information will flow. So izithunywa are those messengers that Djehuty will communicate through. So the message also needs messengers. So abantwana baka Djehuty, the izithunywas, the gobelas, the abelapi, and all of them must be acknowledged as the agents of the processes ka Djehuty, the home of the knowledge and its communications. You see, it is that important to understand it. And also, without the brigade ka Djehuty, izithunywa, Djehuty is capable of communicating with us directly as the children of the earth, the salt of the earth, the soil of the earth. And there's a very intriguing and fascinating process that I like at Djehuty, Wenakoko, and others around the platform. Do you know that, or did you know that some of the thoughts that we get, Singabantu, Relebato, some of the ideas, the kgopolo re di tholang, are a message from Tehuti himself. If you are sent to this earth to catalyze change, to do things, the universe communicates with you directly. And sometimes it's through thoughts. Where you're busy with whatever you're busy with, go kitchen, or doing garden, or walking, doing whatever. And this thought springs up to your brain. The universe communicates that way sometimes. A thought could be a message to you to activate something on earth. And when that happens, take your thoughts seriously. That is why other teachers will advise you to write thoughts down. Thoughts that come to you, always note them. Just write them down in a piece of a diary or a page or whatever you keep, because they could be a message for you to catalyze something. Do you know, before I'm gonna let you go in now, during the week I was listening to an interview by a legend, Ubab Hotsticks Mabuse. He was speaking to Dineo on the radio, Dineo Ranaka on, yeah. They were talking and they're talking about this big hitman, the song Abraham Sticks, the big one. Now the title's run off. And the host on the radio asks him, what happened? Where did the song come from? Can you remember how it started and how it came about? And Brahotstick said, you know, when I know, I can confirm now that I don't know where that song came from. He blatantly just said it. He said, you know what? It was at that point when the song became such a big thing, where I realized that we are mere conduits. We are just channels through which the earth manifests its ideas and concepts. At the time, humanity needed that. They needed something to deflect, because they were going through a very rough time at the time. And that song, according to him, was just sent as a sponge, so to speak, to come and just deflate things. You know, when you're going through things and then there's music you can dance to, that helps in the form of healing. In a way, Ubra Hot Sticks and others, Miriam Make, Babon, Tate Hugh, are also healers, and the universe used them to help humanity at the time to cope with what they were going through their music. Can you see how magical that is?
It is very magical, Namkulu. You know, I have to say it's very, very magical. And you know, when you say it like that, it's also transmutation of a message in some way, because messages, I remember watching a movie, Harriet Tubman, the one who used to, in America during the times of slavery, where she used to go around and freeing slaves. And the message that they used to use to communicate with one another was songs. You know, the slaves knew that when they heard the song, what does it mean and what they needed to do, and you know. And for me, when you say that, it just reminded me of that particular movie. And it said that she used to be very she would pass out in with, like, she got hurt as a child, la ekanda, and then since from then she would pass out, and she would when she wakes up, she would say that she was having conversations with God or something like. And she was a very she was a very prayerful woman, you know. And how they depicted her in the movie, not sure whether it is the actual version, was that even at times where she was in the middle of freeing slaves, she would pass out, and she wouldn't, when she wakes up, she's like, no, we can't use this route anymore. Let us use this route, you know. It just kind of reminded me of that incident. And you know, when you touched on Tehuti, there was a law which prevented us from practicing our traditions, and from being like the healing aspect of our culture, and the Witchcraft Act. You know, I kind of understand why there are so many of us based on that fact alone. I kind of understand why there are so many of us. In one of my bios, I always say that I am my ancestors' wildest imagination, going back to visualization. I
always say that, and when you do, you say it on my behalf as well.
I am my ancestors' wildest imagination, whatever it is that they probably thought about becoming, because probably they needed somebody who is going to speak on their behalf, who's going to channel, who they're going to use as a person who's going to channel the messages, and you know. And I'm like, I am a version of my ancestors' wildest imaginations. I am the dreams that they had, you know, that one
while
day.
you're on that, Gogo, it is also the things they were never allowed to say or do. Now they say it and do it through you.
True. That is true.
While you're on the slaves thing, that lady that was saying she was speaking to God in her sleep, and then this came in the form of songs. It manifested in the form of songs into the outside world. I came across information while reading about slavery also. Do you know when they were in those farms where they were working the cottons, or they were doing the whichever what they were doing? There were Izitunya amongst them as well, ne? So some of the Izitunya would dream of the escape routes from this plot or the holding or the farm, ne? This route would come to them in their sleep, Gogo, ne? And listen to this. They would then, because they couldn't write it on a paper or anything, they would weave this escape route on the head in the form of cornrows. Do you know the origin of cornrows in the sugar plantations of America and the cotton fields came in the form of dreams as escape routes that were communicated to the slaves to use to escape whenever they hatched the plans to escape.
I've read that as well. I found that quite interesting.
So when they weaved those rows and things, and they looked like maize and whatever it looked like, they were secretly escape routes. And that is how Harriet managed to rescue a lot of slaves. She had an idea of the route. Oh, it was not like a map or anything, but the route was kind of mapped out for her. You know, the discussion in those sessions they had when they were just the slaves alone. The person the route came to would like weave the hair on one of them, and she would show it to whoever those that were going to carry out the mission. So when the escape happened, they had an idea where they were going. So do you see, communications is not just by me and you talking. It is not just by you writing a Facebook post, sharing a message. It comes in any ways. You know, I was speaking to a person that was going through a very bad divorce, Kokone. And this person says to me, a message came to them while they were watching a movie.
What
So
message was it?
Excuse me, Gogo?
What kind of a message was it?
So listen to this. This person is watching this movie and he's going through this divorce, and it's bad. It's really, really bad. And he's watching a movie called Death at a Funeral. It's an American movie.
Okay.
It stars Chris Rock and Tracy Morgan and a couple of legends. I'll remember some of them. Now, in this movie, this guy, an old uncle of the person they're coming, no, a brother of the person they're coming to bury, right, is explaining to a niece of his who's the son of the man they are burying. So it is he explains it as the battle between men and women, okay? So this young man is caught up in this thing about maybe this woman disrespecting him, or so it's just that misunderstanding between the man and the woman. So this old man explains to this young man that, do you know that women are in contact with these celestial bodies about, say, half the time in a month? So what is he saying to this young man? He's saying, we say women have got drama, right? But what we fail to understand is that women are earthly species who are in contact with heavenly bodies. So that's half the time your wife is either talking to you or doing things to you, and he's not even aware. So this guy got a reprieve from that scene to say, there's times when I think this person is doing things to me. And this person is not even here, you know? And this guy said, he then from that scene took a step back and said, what was that old man saying? And he wrote a little bit about this thing, about the relationship between the womb and the moon, and then the other celestial bodies. And he found that there's this connection between the womb that is carried by women and the moon. And this connection becomes active in certain times. And so there are times when a woman would do things and you think they are doing these things to you. Gandhi, this person is not even here, okay? They are elsewhere, totally, completely. So the brother was able to lift off. So from being immersed in the equation to take a step back and say, hold on a second. That was a message directed to me in a movie that he was watching with other people. So the communications, Djehuty, you don't even have to be a stunya or a special person, a Mogaile or anything. You could just be a child of God. I mean, I hate using the word God for reasons known to me. All and sundry, but
it's the misinterpretation of the word.
But for just being a child of God, for the purpose of this session, Djehuty also has got a message for you whenever you really need it. And this person was in a marriage with a woman and children. And that marriage could be saved because he was highlighted, he was brought up to speed regarding a particular aspect of women that he otherwise was totally unaware of. So
would you say, so
no,
now based on what you're saying, would you say that our vision, sometimes how we perceive things, sometimes hinders us from writing a specific version of our existence? If you are always seeing things from a certain angle, you won't be able to write yourself into existence in a specific version because you're limited by your sight. Going back to what you said in the beginning, that what you manifest into existence is limited by your ability to visualize or write into existence, because visualization is something else.
yes.
But writing it into existence, manifesting it is something else.
Certainly.
So how we see things stops us from reaching a certain level of thinking in some way.
Certainly, Gogo. In response to that, do you know the phrase that says we are our thoughts? We are what we think, we are what we imagine, we are what we envision. And there are elements that ties to that concept, Gogo. One, we are humans that live on earth and need to be in sync with the circulating energies. What am I saying? I am saying that a body is an entity that the earth brought to the surface. You are created by the universe itself as a body that is coming to earth to add a particular item to it, to improve it in some way. We have got to be aware of our bodies, how they link to this universe and how they become in sync with the prevailing energies. So it is not just about being able to visualize things, Gogo. It is also has to do with being able to positioning ourselves to be in synchrony with the prevailing energies. As it is now, it is the season of Djehuty. So what does it mean? It means that as a body on earth, be able to receive the messages being sent by Djehuty, communication that Djehuty is spinning on the universe. Also, as a body, you must be communicating the things that you are visualizing. There is, my teachings are very practical. practical, and I just use basic examples. Maloba, when Black Coffee was receiving his, is it a Grammy or an Emmy? What did he receive? This big award he won in LA the other day, in America, wherever it was. He said, I remember when I was a child talking to a friend of mine. I told him that, you know what, dude, sometimes my dreams scare me. So this was a person communicating to the universe the visions that are inside him. When they say we speak it into existence, this is a Djehuty element. Djehuty is a keeper of the knowledge. He's the royal scribe. He's the library. He's also the communicator. When they say we speak it into existence, we are now also bringing in the element of the chakra. We, Gogo, are an entity that just create things. The concept of, you know, the concept of having contacts at high places and all of that is absolutely overrated. When you come to comprehend how the entity referred to as a human body operates, it is in fact the universe that brings you here, that puts you in positions to execute particular missions in line with its own existence or continuation. For the universe to continue, it needs us here to be doing certain things, and it's going to communicate those things to us. Either via our dreams or through the messengers, is it Tunya or whoever. I could be telling someone now something they needed to hear. And that is then planted into their head as a seed. And then they must be able to communicate this now vision that is planted inside them to the outside world. And the outside world, as part of this very universe, will assist in implementation of that vision. So what are we saying? We are saying you are enough as you are. You just need to understand it. You just need to know it, that you are sufficient. You are enough. The universe, when it's time, there are certain players being, take it as a football match right now, Coco. There are certain players that are on the football pitch playing. There's 11 of them. And then there's certain players sitting on the bench, right? When it's time for you to go in and make the change, the substitution will happen in its own time. You don't need to make a phone call at the high places or anything. You just, you just need to understand.
When the change has come, it will come. Does it not go back to what you said earlier on when you said, so there was a discussion on Twitter on why there are so many healers, that the energy of change has come. It has come, and it will run through everybody, and everybody will have that deep desire to want change. I also just wanted to bring in a comment by Ungwanela. She said, I agree with you, Makosi, but also I feel that the way we see the world, ourselves, is also shaped by accidental view of the world through religion, media, etc. How does one work on that visualization, fix the image so we can speak?
Yes.
If you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. I don't know who once said that. It's a quote that I got somewhere. So but it stick in my head. If you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at, they change. And with that, it's not, the image is not changing. I don't know if it makes sense. It's how you perceive
Yes.
the
You're
image.
spot on.
that
Perception.
changes. Yes, perception. It's how you
Yes.
perceive the image that actually changes, you know. And I don't know if Lunzan Ongwane wants to expand on that, so that we unpack it there for a bit.
If you want to let her in, please, yes.
Okay. Ngiyabonga, because
So,
the thing is that I feel like religion has left a lot of us with scars, you know, through scripture that tell you maybe to be humble, not to dream big enough. Just the doctrine that shapes how you see yourself. And I mean, I think I'm I'm recovering from that. Just how powerful the image. I mean, you know, when you raised in the church, like from a little age, you know the concepts of hell. You are scared to death. Like there's a, you know, yeah, there's just this whole world that is created from you. And I think just looking at how religion is playing out in society as well, sort of changes that perspective. Like for me is, I think the question is, how do people come back to the center, to their own knowledge, you know, to the knowledge that we receive while we wash dishes, the messages that, like, how do we connect when there is like a set path most of the time, through doctrine, specifically Sunday also.
May I answer that from my understanding when I go on it? You see, Mkhulumzingiza always reminds us that you cannot fix the future without understanding, having a true understanding of what happened in the past, you know. And this is why we sit here as Ikhambi and we unpack these things. And sizama ukufundisana, ne? From what I understand in terms of how we fix the image, the reason why they had to suppress the healers is because they were able to summon those who were there before. They were the keepers of the knowledge. And they were the ones who were, if you didn't have the knowledge, they could easily, if Mogaile 19 donzamehlo, call Mogaile Torboza, you know, for what happened, you know. Let's call those ones that came before that we have not seen. They must come and tell us how did they resolve such situations, and how can we, because times change and so should we along with them. And I'm me saying call Mogaile so that he must come and tell us how this used to be resolved. It's not necessarily that we are going to copy and paste. We need to suit the current problem, because chances are the problem, it may not be 100% the same as before, but it may be similar, and they found a solution in terms of how to deal with it. For me, I would suggest that people go back in order for them to go forward. But I see.
Morago is the cowardice version of it, ne?
Yes.
But we say, Kasipedi, yes, Kasipedi, we say Maropi, so Maropi are old demolished households or homestays that we used to stay at and have left. We say we need to go back there. Like the concept of Sankofa explains precisely that. So we need to find ourselves. We can't do it without going back, because the current environment has been created with a purpose of having us lost forever. Remember, we are at war, right? Let's start explaining it by saying we are at war. So being at war, the opposition or the enemy doesn't necessarily have to shoot you to kill you. No. They can just take ownership of your conceptualization. All right. I had a discussion yesterday with other brothers about the concept of heaven. And I said, we were promised heaven if we behave now, right? You need to understand the concept of heaven and the behaving now. This is what happens. We take your land, we take your cattle, né? But you must behave. You know why? If you don't behave, you will not see heaven. And when they show you the picture of heaven, they put those nice fruits there and those trees that are interesting, and there's that beautiful stream flowing. It's such a beautiful place. It's being sold, right? So you want to go there because where we are now as Black people, it's impoverished, it's painful, it's down, right? So for us to actually go there one day when we die, we must behave now. See? So we are at war, and the war is not through the guns and the spears, but someone must just take control of your conceptualization. So instead of and you must look up to heaven and call Jesus Christ. Do you see? It is now our conceptualization that keeps us where we are. They don't necessarily have to point a gun at you. No. They just sell you concept. It's conceptualization. So in responding to Ungwane as well, we need to go back. We need to recalibrate to actually start understanding who we are. We are not the species that has been sold to us. We are not workers. We are not these things that has been sold to us by the capital, the education system, and Christianity. You need to remember that the war machinery that was brought forward had three warheads on it: Christianity, education, and what's the third one? It's Christianity, education. I'll remember.
They started off with the guns. But then they realized that we are so many, and they needed to make us. Pela suppression is not just subduing a person. You need to. It's unsustainable. That colonization without changing of the mind, conditioning of the mind is nothing, because there will always be a revolution that will rise up again. So subjugation on warfare is not enough. So therefore they need to change their mind. It's like the whole theory of the elephant being tied to a tree. Later on, they remove that tree and then they can tie the elephant to a chair. That elephant will not move beyond those boundaries.
Because so that is how the warfare had evolved, Gogo. They needed to take ownership of our visualization, and now to get out of it, it is not even dumping Christianity, because you need to realize that there's a certain brain wave. Once you achieve, you can go to church and it will do nothing to you. So sometimes I say there's a certain group of people that you can take to church. It's fine. But there are certain groups of people you cannot take to church because the church consumes them. It takes over their conceptualization. Okay? So Gogo, it is about visualizing who we actually are. There was this antithesis that was installed in our head as a species, and it was generational, because this was done to our great-great-grandfathers. The software set in their brain, and then they gave birth to our grandfathers with the software, and then our grandfathers gave birth to our fathers with the same software, and our fathers gave birth to us. Do you see how it was handed down? All we need to do is try find the original setting. Without firing a single bullet, Gogo, we will be back on top. You see?
Mkhulu, I just wanted to share some of the views that have been shared on Facebook.
Please,
So
please.
Umenzi said divine inspiration, natural reflection. Umenzi ungamane lo wethu, right today on Facebook. And then Ayanda wait. Ngifuna ukuzisa ngokulandelana kwazi. Futhi second uThehuti baholo le rona re re Hotep. And then Umenzi comes back and he says, write specifically, see clearly, repeat, recite, erase, and rewrite until you can perceive yourself in the image of your own divinity. Those are powerful words. And then Mogaile says, become the change you want to see, and the view will of what you manifest. Thokozani baholo. And then Ayanda Ndaba says, awakening is not changing who you are, but is discarding who you are not. And this leads to alertness alertness of self, and self lights up, and that becomes enlightened. We have to rewire, reboot, and restart, discard the state of DOS. I don't know what DOS stands for. Amago. Is. So those are the views that we said.
In the earlier comment, we were made to look outside, right? While in reality, we are supposed to look inward, because the God concept is inward. We are made to look up to the heavens for this God that is coming to rescue us and all of those things. And we are also made to go to a church on a Sunday to look for this God. Kanti, this God is Gap, Kamohari. So it's within. So the doctrine just turned the thing upside down. One day later, when we have time, we'll discuss the reason why we argue that even the North and the South were swapped for us here on our continent. It has got to do with a whole lot of disorientating us as the subject of war, because remember, we are at war. So the more, if one of the ways to win the battle is to just disorientate the opponent, and then they are lost. Instead of looking inward for the power, they look outwards where there's no power at all. And then it's done. It's finished. So Djehuty is that human, it's a universal principle in humans of knowing who we are, acknowledging that power that rests within us. You know, and that concept, the chakra system, in detail explains the power centers. Chakras are like power centers within a human body from which a whole lot of manifestation can take place from inside outwards. So the things that you see outside, the career that you've built for yourself, the life that you live, the partner you have, the children you have, are actually manifestations from inside to outside. They happen inside first before people can start to see them outside. So Djehuty is that principle that helps us to visualize things and then create them outside, visualize them internally, and then speak them into existence or write them into existence preach them into existence. It is seeds that, as there was a rank of priesthood in Kemet. The priests were those that would plant seeds in the heads of the majorities, and the seeds will then be manifested by theurgy, umpasho, said through this chakra, the throat chakra, into existence. Say it, and this will come into existence. It is not a gimmick. It is real. People have said this many times before, that I have had a vision and I have said it, and I've said that this is what I want, and I've told people, and I've told the universe that this is what I want, and it has come to pass. It is not a fairy tale. It is reality. We are the center of creation of the things that we see manifest outside in the universe. The wars that you see happening, the good that you see happening, are all manifestations by people, and they say it into existence and it happens. And that just amplifies the power of this deity we call Djehuty. He is that element in us. We know, we envision, and we say it into creation. I don't know if there's any way of putting it clearer than that.
Right, I was actually on mute. I wanted to say something like I get what you're saying, like so deeply. I felt it like so deeply, like to the point like I actually visualized what you were saying. I actually visualized what you were saying right now, you know.
Yes,
and I think
so
it's quite powerful, you know.
yes.
Do you want to add something? Ngwane?
Yes, Gogo. No, this reminds me of KRS-One, you know, to visualize wealth and put yourself in the picture. Like, yeah, thank you. This was such a beautiful reminder. And yeah, I'm just beautifully overwhelmed. Sorry.
Do you know, ne, Gogo?
Yeah.
I know how Ikhambi runs, ne? There's a particular song that I would like to share on the screen. You can put it at the end of this program when you're closing down. But it explains the concept. It's just a song. They don't say anything about Djehuty or anything. But it just puts the icing on this thing of how the world creates what it wants on earth through us as the vehicles, the vessels, through the visions that Djehuty creates, and then the vessels that are us, planting into creation those seeds into ground. And you actually come to see the seeds pop up from ground as a small little tree, and it grows to a big tree that is going to feed people, the children of the very same earth, with the fruits of the earth. I love Jay-Z a lot, and he's a rapper. You don't understand how but there's just sometimes when it divines at a level you would have never thought. And in this particular piece, I ask that we play at the end of this session. He teams up with Junior Gong, Bob Marley's son. You're on mute. You are on mute.
I was saying that, are you able to share the title? Because if we play the song, the video will be taken down on YouTube.
Oh yes, the song is BAM, B-A-M. They should this video in Jamaica, and in between, it's a very beautiful setting because they're sitting and they're talking, and then the music comes in. It's about 6 or so minutes of it, so you can just see how the timing works on your side. So, and another element I would like to bring in while we discuss Djehuty is on the Anunian mythology. We must understand that Djehuty is a level just from Ramasedi, the creator himself. And he is consorts with Ma'at. Now, this is a very interesting element I would like to discuss, right? While Djehuty is the scribe, the royal scribe, he is the library, he is the communicator. He is consorts with Ma'at, the lady justice, law and order. So if this were ministry, so think of it briefly as the government of the universe. Ne? Djehuty will be the minister of communications, right? Where all the government information is held and then communicated to the public. And Ma'at will be the ministry of law, order, and justice. Ma'at is the minister of justice, law, and order. So the two, there's a reason why the two are consorts. And I mean, this is the intelligence that you could never fold. How the system works is just nothing short of magical. So what we think and create through our thoughts is also filtered through Ma'at, the scales of justice. What we envision and implement through our bodies, those that are just and are in order with the will of Ra are rewarded by the scales of justice. So those that do good through their visions and their creations are rewarded by the consort, Ma'at, the lady justice, the scales of justice. And if the thoughts and the creations are the bad ones, they are also punished by the scales of justice. That's just a small interesting element I just thought we bring in, you know, while we discuss Djehuty, because all of this cannot just happen in vacuum. No, it happens in balance. It has got to be in balance with the scales. And you also need to understand that Ugeb and Shu governs the heavens and the earth. The things that Djehuty helps create through our visions and creation are the things that are required on the earth by humanity. You see? So the entire Anunian mythology is a symphony. It is a choir that sings in synchrony. So you need to envision this. Djehuty does not operate in a silo. He works in synchronization with Ma'at based on what is required here on earth. What am I saying? I am saying that the things that you see happen here on earth are some of the things that are required by humanity. And if there are other infiltrations that are working anti what the universe wants. Uma art comes in to balance it out. Do you see that? Nothing happens in isolation. All of these things are a choir that we see. It's a choir that is singing in synchron. It's a symphony. It's an orchestra. And Ra is the conductor. That is also important to understand, that all the deities that we have, although their chronology, they come in one after the other, their work is a symphony. It all complements each other. And all of that is for the universe to stay in balance. And that is just what we are witnessing on earth. The good is rewarded and the bad is punished. And sometimes the bad that you see is also ordered to counter certain things. So it is all a symphony, so that there is balance on earth. That is why you've got the characters like Seth in the mix.
You know, it's interesting that you would say that, Kesha, because as you are speaking now, ne, if you haven't seen the darkness, you will not be able to, that's the thought that just came through my mind. If you haven't experienced darkness, you will never appreciate the light.
Precisely.
And you've never experienced the light, the darkness is all that you will see. You know what you know. And I take it back to one of the things that I always preach to the younger generation that comes to me, behind me, you know, and I always say that you need to leave your comfort zone, you know. If you're too comfortable in where you are, you will not, change and evolution never comes, you know. And sometimes you need that disruption to occur so that the change will come about, you know. And in that way, yes, good is recognized and bad is also recognized. But sometimes for you to reach a certain level, you need to go through the hard times so that you change the way you look at things. I'll share a personal story of my own.
Yes.
Just for illustrative purposes, this is my personal experience, you know. Back in 2019, you know, the world that I thought that I understood was shaken to its core when my ancestors demanded recognition, you know. And some of the habits that I had formed in the past, I needed to have a different world view about certain things. I don't want to call it, what's this, black text per se, you know, but I used to be that child that used to go over and above to be in good standing with everybody. When somebody says, oh, I need help with ABC and ABC, I need help with ABC and ABC, I would go out of my way to just try and help out. And when I sunk into the bottom and I met some hardships, I had to rely on people that I didn't even know. And the ones that I used to help, they were nowhere to be found, you know? And one thing that one of my elders once said is that there's times where you shouldn't help a person, even when you have the ability to help them, because sometimes when you help a person, you lose yourself in the process. There's certain things that a person needs to discover on their own. They need to go through that hardship on their own, so that they change the way that they view the world. And I'm just thinking right now that the disruptions are also necessary, because I do not think that how I perceive things now would have been possible had I not gone through those hardships, and had I not gone through that dark period, or I wouldn't want to call it dark period per se, but that learning, that teaching moment where I needed to change my way of thinking and my way of doing things in order for me to reach a certain state where I was now able to receive certain messages, because my mindset and my perception of the world has changed. Had the messages that I received today come back then, I would have said, WhatsApp. I don't want to lie. I would have said, Lantraela, and these your party. You guys can mark me 0. I am not coming to that party. You're on mute, Kesh.
You just touched on that element I was explaining now, yeah. These deities we have are all a symphony. What you're explaining now is the principle Gaheru, right? Our journey as a person is actually a script that is written, right? So the highs and the lows are there, they are put for us as a form of training or preparation of a coming phase, right? So if there's a phase that is ahead, and they look at you and they know, no, you're not gonna be able to take it head on. They bring in training. That is why footballers go to training, so that they can match the team they are playing on the weekend, right? So issue of Heru is us, the person, the spark inside us. Let the spirit guide that part. If a person goes through what they're going through, it is their own path. Allow them to go through it. Assist them where the spark inside you says do. There's an old story I can't help but remember now, of an old man that was sharing a story. He had a little hatchery. So there was this chicken that had laid eggs, and just this one time, he happened to be walking past the little, call it a nest, where this chicken had put the eggs. And this doesn't happen a lot, but he spotted that one of the eggs was moving. What does this mean? It means one of the little chicks was ready to come out, so it was hatching. And it caught his attention, right? And he stood there for a while. He thought this was going to be magical, to see a chicken hatch. He stood there for a while, and it wasn't coming through, but this thing was moving. The egg was trying to come apart, and so this chicken come out. And then at some point, he was impatient with it. He thought to himself, this was too long. And he actually assisted the process of hatching, right? And then there was one chick, and then he left. And then there was about 6 or so eggs. Then the other chicks came out naturally, like they would fight their way out naturally. And then they would then be little chicks, and they would hatch, you know. And in no time, in about a week or 2, the little chick that he assisted out of the egg started to battle with the outside world, right? And then it caved in. It gave in. It didn't make it. And he thought there, thinking to himself, these other chicks are fine. They're doing okay. And this chick, I helped out of a natural hatching process. And, you know, he had unawarely interfered in a natural process, which is what you were saying. Sometimes you see me struggling, I'm even a hobo on the street. That was what was ordained for me. That was what I needed to become the next me. There was a next phase for me in my timeline, and it needed that training. And when I was once I go for some bro, one gives go your mention, no, this is not happening. Kandi, you are killing me. So, go for that. We need to understand the natural process and appreciate it and respect it and allow it space. Things will happen in their own time. When it's time, the referee will stop the play and substitution will happen, and you will be allowed into a playing field. And you can then execute your mandate. You can then play your role. Do not panic when things are happening for other children around you and you think, no, we've got these societal pressures we put under each other that no, you must be married by 30, okay? You must have so many children by this age. You must be a doctor by this age. Who said that? Who put all of those things there? There's nothing like that. The natural process of things will just unfold at its own pace. We need to appreciate that thing and accept it. Learn to grow, to accept it. You are not late. No. It is the natural order of things. Don't panic. This thing is crafted. Don't go committing suicide because your friends are driving this, they are living kokaikai, and they are doing these things that you'd also like to be doing right now because you're the same age, right? It's not like that. The universe works in its own ways and allow that to take place. So was Uncle. You are on mute.
Yeah, I like that when I'm cool when you say that, because as you were speaking, I was actually thinking of the other version as well. You know, when you say allow things to happen at their own time, you know, and this whole issue of comparison, you know, when you write your own destiny and when you write yourself into existence, you cannot compare, because it might be, let's say I wanna just quickly make an example. Bare Mogaile o feditse sekolo by the age of 18, you know,
Yes.
and also in the contrast, and therefore now you want to finish before 18,
Yes.
and you start shaking. You start shaking and but then there's also another element as well, the opposite, where we now suppress people based on the fact, no, you can't finish before you're 18. You can't finish. Suppression also, I look at it from a plant's perspective. If imagine if you were to plant a seed, like 5 seeds, and then you know very well that they're supposed to come out of the ground in 5 days. They're supposed to sprout. And then the other one decides, no, you planted me today, and therefore tomorrow I'm going to sprout out and start growing. And then now you put a lid on it. Is it not going to die?
It's going to die.
it is going to die. So therefore, it is, I think what you just said is very important in terms of staying in your lane when you write yourself into existence, and don't try to compare, because when you bring in that comparison element, you'll be very much discouraged, or you will think that you're not doing things the correct way. Or sometimes you may feel like garu ujabulity phases because you got to the finish line, or not even the finish line, you got to a certain level quite quickly. And sometimes you would think, oh, no, there's something, it means somewhere, or no. Everybody has their own time, like it means at that particular time you had the necessary code for you to reach a certain level. It doesn't necessarily mean that I I'm doing something right because I delayed. I just thought about that.
In firming up, Gogo, and maybe not closing or whatever, but in firming up, you see these hands, né? There are writings on these hands, né? The writings, this is what palm readers look at when they read your life path and things, right? Can I put you at peace today, whoever that is listening? The reason when you go to Home Affairs to take your ID and they do this, and there are no two persons on earth with two similar prints. The reason for that is that there are no two similar persons, not even twins, okay? You don't have a similar path, and your life is written in this. Certain people are able to read it. One day you'll meet one and they'll tell you certain things based on this. So there are no two persons with similar life paths. Even if we are born at the same day, on the same day, at the same time, in the same hospital, these prints say a lot. You don't have to be like me, and I don't have to be like you. There's no need for it, because I am here to serve one particular purpose, and you are here to serve one particular purpose. Even if we are healers, or we are teachers, or we are doctors, or we are police people, our purposes are not the same. This explains it. If you never understood this, understand it today. Never ever want to be like another person, because you are not like any person. Instead, focus on finding out what this is. Find out what Djehuty has written on this. Find out what the maze here means. That is what you should be focusing on, not what your friend is doing, what your cousin is doing, or what your neighbor is doing. You are here. Stick to this. Djehuty had it all covered. It is about you coming into familiarity with it. And your maturity must allow you to accept that this is your path and it was written on your hand. That is why Djehuty has also sent his children that we call palm readers. They are able to communicate by this message written by Djehuty. It is not coincidence, it is not magic, it is all crafted, it is all designed. You see? It is Djehuty. He is that big. Djehuty, I love and appreciate and respect all the deities we have, but this man is as big as they come. He is that member in a structure of woodwork. He is that member that if you pull out of the woodwork, the entire structure comes crumbling down. He is that big. He is that instrumental. Djehuty is big. I am talking today. I am communicating with you today through the Djehuty principle. There had to be certain knowledge in this head. And I've needed this medium called voice to say it. And you have got the equipment called ears to take it in and the brain to engrave it on. It is all an element, a principle we refer to as Djehuty.
You know what I'm actually thinking about when you said you're communicating with us today because of the element of Djehuty? I'm almost reminded of how these sessions were actually formed in the midst of COVID, when there was a deep need there was a spirit of going back to the basics. We formed this organization called Ikhambi at 3 a.m. in the morning. I remember you were there when Mkhulumenzi and I decided to form this organization. Had it not been for the event called COVID, chances are we would not have met because COVID brought about Zoom. It enhanced Zoom for people to know Zoom, because now we were stuck in our own homes and we needed to find ways of communicating. And before, we used to wait for a gathering to happen. And I was so frustrated by the fact that we speak amongst healers, educating them. It's like preaching to the choir. Speak amongst healers about things that people should be knowing. And I was like, no. We all said, no, the people that need to know, they're not in this room right now. They are out there. And we cannot wait for us to all be in the same place for us to communicate. And that was the code that was written, that during this time, all of you are going to gather in all of those remote places that you're in. Guys, believe it or not, Mogaile is in Limpopo. I have never seen Mogaile physically. I have never seen Mogaile physically, but the friendship, the bond, and the brotherhood has deepened over the years since I've known him. And we've never even seen each other physically.
We haven't, we haven't.
Never could. We've never. And that was the code that was written. And here we are today sharing things that are necessary to help each other grow as a people and as a species.
Just Gogo, you know, when you talk about Djehuty, you'll never finish. We can talk about Djehuty all day.
Good.
Now, on top of what you just said now, that point when we said, what needs to happen will happen, and it will happen in its own time. So people look at COVID as many things, okay? For many people, it took life in families, and as I said, and for many people, it brought life into families because there's a lot of babies that came from COVID. And for many people, it took jobs away. For others, it gave them jobs. It destroyed certain careers and then it built new careers. It destroyed certain industries and then it built new industries. But one of the things that happened through COVID, the likes of Ikhambi were born. The likes of the great empire of Kemet and many other things that were born needed a reset button. And this reset button came in the form of COVID. So do not panic. You could be out there, you could be going through the most, it could be overwhelming. It could be the toughest as you've never seen. Don't panic. You are that little chick trying to come out of the egg. And it is a phase that you need to go through for the next phase. It's happening, it is preparation, and what needs to happen will happen, and it will happen at a perfect time. The timing is never a second late. The timing is never a second early. it is spot on. You know, when you see a timing at Djehuty, you can only sit back and smile.
Yeah. Usiza Nkosi says, don't tatazel, don't tatazel, don't tatazel, skatatazela.
Tatatazela, you know, do not tatazel. It's gonna hatch when the universe is ready for it. Right now, it's not. And that is why it must be held back. And it seems dark and gloomy. It's what needs to happen right now. And when Djehuty says it's time, you will see it come into fruition. Do not take this for granted. Sometimes when you lost, just look inside your arm, your palms. You're not a palm reader, but you start to see the path that is written inside your palm. It might not make sense to you when you look at it at that time, but you will see that it's a path. At the very least, recognize that it's a path. Logically, naturally, that will say to you, this path is headed somewhere. And in this path, there's got to be day where there'll be light. And there's got to be night where it will be dark. There's got to be uphills where it's difficult to go, you know. And there's going to be downhills where it's easy. You just, you know, go in. You have got to take all of that in. The path can't just be one-dimensional. The path has got to encompass all of those elements into it. There's got to be forest. There's got to be town. There's got to be street. There's got to be jungle. You have got to take all of those elements as the part of the path, as the part of the journey. We can't cry. You can't cry when it's dark and sing when it's light. No. Accept the dark and deal with the dark and grow in the dark. Take the light. Submerge yourself in the sun. Take all the energy in, the nourishing, all of it. Take it in. It is part of the journey. It is the yin and the yang. The yang is the yin. The yin is the yang. And that makes it one whole. You see? It is the knowledge we get from Djehuty. It is Djehuty. We will talk until the sun sets. This is because when you talk about Djehuty, all the other elements come into play. He is the, like I said, he is that member in a structure that if you pull out, the entire structure comes tumbling down. So when you talk about him, all those other elements come in. It is that big a conversation. It is that majestic a discussion. It is that momentous an occasion. The season of Djehuty must be observed wholeheartedly. It is a season of learning. It is a season of teaching. It is a season of communicating. Djehuty was a scribe. He wrote things down. Djehuty is the library. He is where everyone goes to learn. And Djehuty umlomokazi. He was the speaker. We teach in the season of Djehuty. We communicate what we want to the universe during the season of Djehuty. We say what we would like to see happen into existence in the season of Djehuty. This is the season to communicate it to the universe, to say it, to speak it into existence. It is the season to teach those that are in the dark. It is the season to learn, to take it all in, into memory. And yeah,
Ketla, I'm about to go. I'm about to experience load shedding.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes.
So just before we sign out, I just wanted your parting words. But for me, I like the words of Usiza when she said, "Don't tatazel, don't tatazel." You know, trust the process and understand also that your perception and how you see the world influences what you write about yourself into existence. You know, if you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change. So therefore,
Yes.
change starts within, going outwards. You know, to change within, going outwards. And also just to remind people that sometimes for you to be able to understand what is within, you need to first go back and relearn certain, or discover and understand what happened back then, so that you can be able to move forward as a person. So for me, I wanted us to just remember those teachings that we had today. And your dreams are only limited by what you perceive here, you know.
Yes.
And if we're now that's all that you're going to receive. But if now we're billions, I'm just joking, guys. You know? Billions, billions and billions. That's what you're going to receive, because you've asked for those. So ask for the right things from the universe, guys. And remember that the things that we write, whether you could be upset or not, the things that you write, and they're magic. The things that we utter through our words, they're magic. So therefore, we need to be very careful with our tongues, because we might speak certain things into existence, and once they come into existence, we're going to soul. So therefore, we need to be careful also in terms of our manifestations. Be careful, guys. Don't uzothi umntana abantu ungigwadisile namhlanje uMogaile, and you're like, sengathi angashayisa imoto. Bese shayiswa imoto kamampela. Guys,
Yeah.
you're going to start feeling guilty. So let's just be careful with our thoughts. Let's be careful with our manifestations. Let's be careful with the things that we write into existence. And let us remember that we are part of nature, and nature is part of us. And we need to work in synchronicity with this, in harmony, and it will respond based on the energy that you put out there into nature. So, Mogaile, your parting words before
My parting words are that, guys, communicate what you would like to see happen to the universe. And this is also in honor of this deity we are discussing today, Djehuty. If you are not going to communicate it to the universe, it doesn't exist. It's just under the mattress. It's your little, I don't know, project / what. It's not for the universe. But if you believe so much in it, it came to you for a purpose. You are the agent through which it must happen. So communicate it to the universe. And if anything, Gogo, I would like to play to your viewers this song, and they must hear the message in it. If it's possible. If it's not, I'm happy.
But they'll flag us. That's why I said let's share the title of the song, because they will.
Yes, you've shared the title.
The title of it's BUM Bamne by
BAM.
BAM Bam by Junior Gong, and you said by Junior Gong and
Jay-Z.
And Jay-Z. Yes. If we play that song, YouTube is gonna take our video down. YouTube is gonna take our video down. Please play the song and listen with spirit. So with that being said, thank you for holding space with us. Sama Queenie. Togozile ase.
I see.